Next thing I wanted to talk about is really how crews interact with promotions. But I think before talk about that, I just want to acknowledge for a quick second what a difficult and challenging year it was for crew in the food service restaurant universe, whether it's full service or a QSR. It really was a very difficult year with a lot of change to adapt to. I know I was a dishwasher for 5 years, and I cannot imagine all the new things that I would have to have learned in 2020 to figure out how to do my work. So I'm going to throw it to Kelly just because I know she's had some interesting experiences in how crew managed last year, how they communicated, and all that part of it before we talk about how they link to promotions.
Definitely was a hard year for everyone, especially restaurants, as you mentioned. So at the beginning, we were communicating with our restaurants daily and then weekly as needed and so forth. But some of the hardest things they've had to deal with is the masks. And we still see comments from guests about masks, whether it's staff not wearing masks over their nose or another patron in the restaurant not wearing a mask, and hey, your crew member didn't call that guest out and ask them to put a mask on, that they should have asked that guest to leave, or, the political sentiment around it. Why are you wearing masks? And you're conforming because you're wearing masks, all this stuff. So that's just added stress already on these people that, might even feel uncomfortable just being out, knowing that they're working, and from the COVID standpoint, from that standpoint. And then, how many people can I have in my building? Where can they sit? Can they get a refill with the same cup? Limes out with the drink station, just a million different things going on top of, we're a concept that is very labor intensive from a prep standpoint, with fresh salsas every single day. And there's a lot of procedures that they already have to do and it's already expected of them. And then we layer on different things. So as I mentioned before, I think that 6 months into the program, it was a really good time for us to layer in this sweepstakes because it was something fun, something exciting, gave them a contest. We did an internal contest among our different restaurants, and they really got into it, and it was just an exciting thing for them all to play a part in and not another rule added onto their day-to-day tasks.
Yeah, and it's so crazy, all the expectations of the year, and we expect people to, they got to be the mask police and also politically minded and the customer service. The elements are just wild for people. And I'm really sensitive always when I'm suggesting a sweepstakes that has something crew has to do, whether that's circling a receipt or handing out a PIN card or talking about it, sharing it, pointing at a sign. It's, an extra layer, like you said, and their work is really, it's about process, and adding a new step can throw it off. And so I think when you engage these types of programs, it's important to really make them feel as much like crew appreciation programs as anything else, as a promotion, because it can feel like a drag, and that's something you really want to avoid. Because when crew are ambassadors for a program, when they're talking about it and excited about it, and it comes up in weekly meetings with them or just in day-to-day conversation, that's when you're really going to see the biggest value add to the program of the behaviors really that we're looking to engender with these kind of programs. So it's important to make it rewarding, not just stressful and something else. And the way to do that, really, I think really small prizes can go a really long way in terms of making it feel like something exciting, and seeing a high score page of how many PIN cards were given out is fun for crew, and it's something that people get invested in. You see some gentle store versus store competition. I know with some clients we've had region versus region competition. People can get pretty excited about it. So it turns something that would otherwise be a bit of a drag into something that's fun and can actually serve as a sort of crew appreciation program as well. So that's always what we try to do with programs where possible. I know sometimes I have clients that say, you aren't getting my crew to do anything else, and I'm sensitive to that too. And you just got to shift tactics there. So it's really about figuring out what works for your audience and making it feel as fun and rewarding for them as possible.